Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Two Broke Gamers podcast.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what up?
Hey,
I'm Steve.
And I'm Ricky. What's going on, y'all?
How we doing?
Good. Sound a little mellow, man. You right?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's been a long week,
I hear ya.
weekend, the whole thing.
The whole week, man. It was my birthday this week, so that was
Happy birthday to Ricky.
Thank you.
I still got some time before mine.
Yeah, a few months for the end of the year. Yeah, Smash Bros is probably gonna come on your birthday. That's how,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So anyway, it's our show. It's our 13th episode, so that's lovely.
Yeah.
Lucky 13.
Or unlucky, depending on how you view it.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off the show because we are starting a little slow, but we are gonna be talking about a lot of leaks that happened with one particular game. I wonder which one it is.
I wonder which one it is. Maybe it's our favorite game that we like talking about.
Yeah, it may be Assassin's Creed. It may be Call of Duty. I don't know. What do you think, Steve?
I think it's going to be the game that we are. No, well, the company. Basically, there was one company that stood out in news this week. I don't know if you know which company that is, guys, but I'm going to tell you, it's Nintendo. This is going to be basically a Nintendo-based show because nothing really happened in the PlayStation and Microsoft network.
A little bit, which is why we're going to start with them first.
A little bit, but not as much as the shitstorm that happened in Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. So we're definitely going to break that down and talk about it as much as we can. We also have our second topic, which is about gamers and developers and their relationship and what we think about all that. As best as we can as our
that's why it's an opinion piece. So.
Mm-hmm. So first, I wanted to start off with something that I realized when I was editing the show that I missed. I teased about how Nintendo's share was risen because of Pokemon, and yes, Nintendo's share rose at the time of the announcement of the Pokemon trading game on the iPad. It rose 4%. So yeah. And it's no coincidence. These investors did want Nintendo to start, branching out into mobile games and all this other stuff. So it's not really a surprise that when the first thing that was announced mobile, it's like, oh my God, buy.
Yeah. So it's good for them, I guess. They're starting to rise up again.
Yeah, but it's not just that, but it's also they're not. I don't know what their next venture in the mobile, gaming is going to be because people are. It's obvious that at this point, Nintendo's biggest competition, they already know it's got to be the mobile phone. So they know with their next console that's going to come out. Because I don't think they're going to be doing a DS console anymore, which can or cannot be bad because, they always like to go backwards compatible. So where they had the first DS, you could still kind of play Game Boy Advance games on them. So, it had two slots on it. And, the DSi kind of, I believe the DSi was the one that stopped that. But the Game Boy Advance, yeah.
No, the DS. Did the DS Lite have it?
I don't remember, but
I had one. And I don't remember. Jeez.
Yeah, and that's the thing. See, yeah, and there's a cutoff point to where the DS and the DSi, and then the DSi games could be played. Then I think the DS Lite still did, and I think DSi cut it off. I think you're right. Okay, yeah. So the DS Lite, the DS Lite, the DSi, and then the 3DS, which played all the other DS games, and then 3DS games. And then the 3DS XL, which, same thing, whatever. And then the 2DS that came out shortly after, after that. So now, if they go into some sort of mobile something, Nintendo, it's going to be something that's a single screen, It has to be at this point. But then again, how they won't, if they're going to be, I guess what I'm trying to make the point of is their next console that's mobile going to be just something that won't be backwards compatible anymore, or is it just going to be an all digital thing? It's such a strange thing. It's a new thing for Nintendo. What are they going to do next as far as handheld is concerned?
I like the dual screens. I think it's great.
I still remember when people when it was first announced, people didn't know what the hell it was. It's like, what the hell is this thing? Why are there two screens? People won't use this. People won't buy this. And then it ended up being a big seller. Not as big as the Game Boy though. I don't think a lot of things are going to be bigger than the Game Boy, but. It ended up being a hit.
No, like I said, I love the two screens. Whether you're playing if you're playing a game, you can have a map on the bottom and your thing. Usually, most games, the gameplay happens on top.
Yeah,
and you have options and stuff on the bottom. I like that.
Yeah, I do like that too. They tried that with the Wii U and it wasn't as successful, but that's because I believe that the two screens weren't together. Because. The biggest example for me that shines the most out of it is Mario Kart, where, the top and the bottom screen for both DS games, whether it be the DS or the 3DS, the map is on the bottom so I can clearly see and move my eyes down real quick to see what's going on, and then also just still at the same time look up and see my screen of what I'm doing. In the Wii U version, it did not work like that at all. I really tried to kind of set apart and try to see the map and see the place and see who had a blue shell so I could avoid it. It's like I hit the brakes, whatever. But that just never worked because it ended up being a distraction, which is why I'm so glad that, we'll talk about that Mario Kart update as well, which is map on the screen, yes. But besides all that, like, I just don't know what the new Nintendo thing's going to be and whether they're going to just drop the backwards compatibility, or maybe it's going to be something so crazy that it's just like, oh, wow, they can do backwards compatibility and have some sort of new thing that we've never thought of.
Well, I think they're still going to stay touch. I think touchscreen is a must.
Yeah, touchscreen is a must. It has to be a must at this point. Like,
I don't know. I just think that dual screening is so great that I don't know why you should get rid of it.
True. So moving on from that, interesting stuff happened this week besides Nintendo stuff. Twitch got bought out. But not by
which was not by Google.
Yeah, exactly.
We have been talking on our last couple of shows. You can go back and hear us talking about Google's in the hunt for Twitch. They're gonna take Twitch into Google territory. And no, not at all.
Nope. And it's been some I think it was one of the journalists or somebody had pointed out where this confusion came from, which came from a VentureBeat article, which they actually did claim that the deal was confirmed. Like, so a lot of confusion came out of that. But then nope. As of Monday, the 25th, my birthday, they freaking announced it just out of nowhere. It's like, oh, hey, guess what? Amazon owns us now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That blindsided everybody. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, and then they had a town hall meeting that day, and I was actually busy that day, so I wasn't gonna break apart from celebrations to kind of watch it. I was like, oh, they're gonna have to talk about this now. So, but it was $970 million that it was bought for versus the billion. I mean, it was close to $1 billion. Yeah. I mean, that's what it was like the original rumors from Google were. But I just don't know how to feel about that because it's not. I don't know. I think Amazon's known for like their products.
Yeah, like what is Amazon going to benefit from this buyout?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Like, I mean, I know they have streaming services like movie streaming, TV show streaming,
but Twitch doesn't allow you to do that stuff.
They have you stream unless they're gonna open like movie channels on Twitch, to stream that. Like they have their own movie channels on Amazon or something like that, which I didn't actually think of till just now, but that could actually be an interesting thing. But Twitch is not about showing movies and TV shows as a channel. They're about video games and talking about video games and card games. Like there's I don't know. And then not only that, the price aspect. What if Amazon starts charging per stream, or if like the major gaming tournaments like Dota and League, they start charging premiums for those for you to watch it versus just watching it for free? Will that ever happen?
I hope not. I think you'll lose a lot of people that way. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
you'll lose a lot of people that way because not everyone's on that kind of train.
Mm-hmm.
I for one would, as much as I love watching League and I love watching other streams. I would not pay to watch them.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Like, I mean, and it's not to insult the streamers. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I don't know if I can subscribe honestly to any streamer. Like, I would, but I gotta eat too. If
you guys aren't aware of the name of our podcast, it is the Two Broke Gamers. We kind of are short on money, so exactly. I don't have $5 to just be chucking around.
A month just because to watch a channel.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I love the games that I'm watching, but I mean,
I'll support you by turning my ad block off. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Which I like doing that. Which I feel like they feel like they get more money that way, maybe. But because you can play more ads, the more subscribers.
I think they only get $1 out of that $5 anyway that you get for subscribing.
No, well, when you subscribe, you get half.
Okay, so $2.50.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So wow, whatever. Either way, I don't know. If they made it required to subscribe to watch, I would be kind of upset.
Well, for now, Twitch had to say, and they had to say it that Twitch right now is going to remain the same. It's not going to be affected because of the merger.
Which, that's a good thing.
Yeah, the quote is short term. So I don't know if there's going to be anything to do with that. Like anything's going to happen besides that. Here's the best part. The Twitch CEO said Amazon was just as surprised as the community was by the change because of the audio. Because there was a big thing with the audio. They try to kind of change that. But that wasn't anything on anybody. They had to clear that up too. They did say it wasn't because of Google we were doing it. It wasn't because of Amazon we were doing it. We were doing it for ourselves. Like, we did it. That's on us. So they said we maybe made some mistakes on the release, but it's certainly something that had to be done for the sake of the community and for the long-term success of the platform. It was totally independent of the transaction. Amazon didn't even know about it.
Yeah. So, I guess best of luck to Amazon on this purchase, and it's going to hopefully work out for them. Just keep things the way they are.
Yeah, I just want to have another quote that I was just talking about. Like, no, it's cool. Amazon's VP of Games, Mike Frazzini, he talked about Twitch is largely going to remain unchanged for a while. As we talk about what ideas we want to pursue, we'll roll them out and work together over time. So there we go. So it'll remain independent for a while, but what change is going to happen? We don't know. We've been trying to figure it out ever since the announcement happened. It's like, is it gonna even it could be positive? I'm not gonna lie. It can't. There shouldn't be a negative, and if there is a negative, that would suck. But I don't think you would put almost $1 billion in game streaming and fuck it all up. You can't do that.
Yeah, no. The best thing to do is buy it and not touch it.
Yeah, like you've been telling Google to do.
Yeah, buy it and not touch it. Twitch has been working just fine the way it is.
But now, why Google dropped, supposedly, this is coming from Forbes, is the fact that there may have been some antitrust issues with them acquiring Twitch, which Google already owns YouTube. And because of that, and Twitch being almost like YouTube, it's kind of an antitrust type of thing, and that's kind of like against the law. So
no.
Yeah, so there was the issue with that. And plus it's not like the first time Google has faced antitrust investigations, so
can't monopolize the market, Google.
Yeah. I mean, hell, that was like the first thing people were saying, like that was like, Google's going to own the world. We even said it, like, they're going to own our internet, own every website, own the world. But now here's the funny thing too that happened on Twitch, which you knew, which I didn't know about at all. I've read other stories about other attacks, but apparently there was some DDoSing.
Yeah, no, like right almost as it was like announced, because I guess Amazon must have bought Twitch on Monday, but didn't really come out until Tuesday or so.
No, that happened like that day. Like it was reported like that day.
Yeah, well, anyway, either way, there was a DDoS attack on Twitch almost immediately after Amazon had announced that they bought it. And it was supposedly some group called the Lizard Squad, and they, I don't know, they weren't too like demanding about what they wanted. They just wanted people to write Lizard Squad on their head in Sharpie and post it on Twitter. And then apparently but they didn't want I guess normal people doing it, whatever, but they wanted some people who are Twitch famous to do it. And so Twitch famous.
Hey,
yeah.
That's true. Hey,
yeah,
there's YouTube celebrities.
Yeah, exactly. So they wanted some Twitch famous people to do it, and some did, and the fans of these people got angry at them for I guess negotiating with terrorists, and
really.
And so one of them was Sky Williams, a famous League of Legends player. He's also does fighting games too and stuff.
Yeah, that's Mewtwo King's famously Mewtwo King's roommate.
Yeah. So basically, he was just like, "Hey, fuck you guys! I'm a hero. I brought you back Twitch and League and all that stuff that they were DDoSing. All right." So I applaud him. I guess all he had to do is write Lizard Squad on his head with a Sharpie. I don't see what the big deal is. It's not like we were paying them millions of dollars to get the service back.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, I don't get why people would have been upset. It's just a very minor attack, and in order for it to be stopped, I mean, you had to do one stupid thing. Which, I mean, it's not like this. It's not like it's gonna be stuck in your head forever.
Yeah,
you can wash it
Sharpie.
off. Yeah, it's not. It's not that serious, but I mean, what, you gonna wait for Twitch to stop it? Like, how long would that have taken?
You don't know.
They're kind of busy with other deals happening.
Yeah,
so
other stuff is going on. So.
Yeah. Now, I bring up the DDoSing because I said I heard of other issues with that, and one of the things I was hearing about was that Blizzard was hit. It was happening this past weekend, all weekend. Where Blizzard was getting hit with DDoS on Saturday. League of Legends was also hit on Saturday with a denial of service. Even Sony was attacked, and they pretty much PSN was almost killed at one point. I mean, all the services have been restored, including PSN itself, and there was supposed to be some maintenance on the PSN at some point this week, but that had to be delayed because of the DDoS attacks. And I don't know if there was anybody claiming anything. I don't think any of the articles has anybody that claimed like who did it or whatnot. But I don't know if it might have been the same group, might have been a different group. Don't know.
Lizard Squad.
Possibly, but
I don't know. It's like I said, the attack that was happening on Twitch was this Lizard Squad group, and I think they were involved with the League of Legends DDoSing as well. As far as the Blizzard and the Sony one, I don't know.
Yeah, but now also coinciding with that DDoSing that happened, I don't know if it's the same group of hackers or another or somebody else, but somebody actually called in a bomb threat or a bomb scare on the.
That's just salty gamers. That's not hackers. That's just people who are salty that they're losing a game.
Well, here's the thing. They no, actually, it was Lizard Squad. Lizard Squad had tweeted American Airlines that
Oh, so it was okay.
Yeah, it's funny. So they actually around 1:30 Eastern on the 24th, Lizard Squad, the same group apparently, tweeted American Airlines saying the flight carrying John Smedley, the president of Sony Online Entertainment, and they said that there was explosives on board his plane. They had to divert the flight and check the plane, of course, and then had to interview him. And even John Smedley actually tweeted, his tweet was awesome. Flight diverted to Phoenix for security reasons. So, yeah, that's great. I mean, they declined to comment on it, but they confirmed that the FBI is investigating the incident. So,
damn.
Yeah.
No, I thought this whole segment was going to be about the new phenomenon of swatting, which is basically when you're playing a game with someone like a Call of Duty game or whatever, you can just call the police, call the SWAT and be like, yo, person, like if you know where someone's like playing from, you can give their IP address and be like, this person's got guns and stuff. So when the SWAT team shows up, because actually it happened.
I know, I've seen it.
Some dude was in like college last week or whatever, and someone called the swatting report on him, and so he was just playing Call of Duty in his room, and the SWAT team busted in and threw him to the floor and had like guns up to his head. It's like, I would be traumatized if that happened to me. Like I'd be like, I just playing a game. I'm a nerd. But leave me alone.
But it's not the only time. This also happened on Twitch where other people are playing these games and fucking there's cops just walking in the room. Like what?
It's horrible.
That's just a
y'all
dumb
salty
thing.
ass gamers need to cut this shit for
Seriously.
real.
I mean, what is the enjoyment of that gag? Like, what is it? Like, I don't like for the lulz maybe, but even that, like, it's not even really
it's
that.
It's not even that funny.
Yeah.
It's more obnoxious than anything.
Yeah, and then you have to have a report. Like you want to get real technical about a report now and all that shit, and now they got to watch for people. Like, it's just dumb. Overall, just dumb. I don't know. I don't get that shit.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. Gamers, you're making us look bad. Stop. Please.
Yeah, that's something we also have to talk about our next topic.
That's not really.
Yeah, but it's still gamers being assholes.
Gamers being dicks.
Like, yeah, exactly. Not all gamers. I mean, hell, we're not dick gamers.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, but you're not fucking calling the police on anybody.
No,
because they
I'm
beat
not.
you.
I'm just flaming everybody in League. Seriously.
Anyways.
Fuck that game.
Oh, man. Yeah, hold on. All right, we're going to Microsoft real quick.
The one story?
The one story we have on Microsoft, because all there is about Microsoft and like Sony and shit is just Destiny. Destiny's happening, whatever. I'm not getting it because I don't have any new consoles. I have the other generation consoles that's going to come out on, but I don't care about that. I'm not going to get that yet. But you know what? Microsoft actually has this a thing called DeLorean that it's a speculative execution system, and this system might actually be the answer to lag. Where if like online play is great except for the lag, So this system. Let me just read what this thing does. Let me just read this by quote from the Microsoft research team. DeLorean produces speculative rendered frames of future possible outcomes, delivering them to the client one entire RTT, or round trip time, the time it takes for an input to reach the server and return a response. Ahead of time, clients perceive no latency. So to achieve this, DeLorean combines 1, future input prediction, 2, state space subsampling and time shifting, 3, misprediction compensation, and 4, bandwidth compression. So all that factors into no lag.
Cool.
So, someone was testing it out. Testing it in Doom 3 and Fable 3, DeLorean was able to mask a round-trip time of about 250 milliseconds. And that's a lot for lag.
Yeah.
So, for that to be cut off and players not really, like, notice that there's not even a lot of lag, that it could actually predict basically almost an accurate, like, gameplay that you're going to do, like, that's kind of freaking weird, like, and kind of cool at the same time.
No, it's awesome, though. Like, you have no idea how many times I've been trying to play like Mortal Kombat and like my combos aren't going off because it's like I'm hitting the fucking button. Why isn't it working?
That's the problem with like a lot of other fighting games too. If you're playing online, it's very different from playing like person to person, like right next to you, because there's gonna be some sort of missed input somehow, some way, and the move that you wanted to pull off is not gonna happen, and the move you didn't want to happen is gonna happen. Like it'll happen no matter what. And I don't know, but there is one bad thing about the DeLorean. Is the fact that it's data heavy. So it's about 5 times more information than just a real gaming stream. Like, a real gaming like event or whatever the hell you're playing at that time. It's more data than that. So, I mean, you would need a crazy connection to have that work, but in the future, if we get more data and shit, like that could be a good answer and everybody could have a lag-free game. Unless people still want to use the lag box, then fuck you, because you're an asshole.
You're a dick.
Lag box. I've seen do it yourself lag boxes, and I'm like, really? Like, we need to do this in our lives?
Why can't people just play games
and just face it that they suck?
Really, like if you need to cheat to win, like you suck.
Yeah, I mean, come on now, don't be a cheater, dude. I mean, what does it really gain you in life? Seriously. So now. We got to talk about Pokemon because I remember a while back. I don't remember how long of a while, but I remember a while where
I'm pretty sure it was around the release of X and Y, like when they were not the release of X and Y, like the announcement of X and Y, like when they were like the future of Pokemon, and then like they showed a little clip at the very end of that video of like a Lucario and a Blaziken like getting ready to fight each other, but like it was like weird. It looked like it was a console game or something, like like a Pokemon fighter.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Like, finally, guys.
But not only that, there was also a leak because there was a trademark that the Pokemon Company did a few months ago too. That was called Pokken Tournament, and it was kind of like, well, what the fuck is that? Like nobody, like, what is that? Like people assumed they might have been Tekken and Pokemon, and people were like, that's dumb. Why would they do that?
That's awesome. Well, guess what, guys? It's real.
It is real.
It's a real thing. It's actually being made by the dudes who made Tekken.
Yep.
Along with Game Freak's input.
Yes.
And so there is Pokken Tournament.
Yes. So, well, first off, I got to warn you, please don't do what I did and Google Pokken. I mean, at this point now, maybe there's more Pokken stories than
yeah,
anything.
At this point, there's more things telling you not to Google Pokken when you Google Pokken.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah. So, you just don't want to see images of people having Pokken, which is basically almost a chicken pox.
Sorta, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is, but I think it's in another language. That's what it means. So,
yeah. And unless you want to see kids with chicken pox, that's cool too.
Yeah, that's something the internet has available to you for your viewing. It's funny because I mean this thing's gonna happen. It's a 3D Tekken like game, and it's not only gonna have fighting Pokemon. So don't think it's just gonna be all the fighter types. No, it's gonna have other types as well, and that was confirmed by someone at the guy who works on Tekken, actually. He just said, don't worry, it's not going to be only fighting type. Now,
which, when I think about it, I think it's anything that's human. There's a category of Pokemon called human-like. So, no, that's for breeding purposes. There's a different kind of thing. So there's the human-like. And I think if you're human-like and you have certain attributes that will make you good at fighting, like, I feel like Electivire, it's in the human type, and it looks like it could just pound the crap out of you with its fists. Ambipom would be pretty cool too. It's got an extra set of hands. It's like, all right, I think there are certain things that are not fighting type that would go well in this game.
Yeah, and well, it's going to be coming to Japan arcades next year. So, and it's only going to be in Japan arcades, but arcades come to consoles at some point.
Yeah, it'll be on console.
And it's not like it's not going to come to America. I mean, at some point it's going to have to. I mean, Pokemon makes how many billions of dollars per year? Like, it's going to be stupid if they don't release it everywhere. But, of course, it's only going to be at a Dave & Buster's because there's only like maybe 5 arcade places left in the world. I mean, left in the U.S.
No, I just think it will go to console eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be the better option here in America because there's like I said, like 5 arcade places left in the U.S. Besides like Dave & Buster's. Like,
now, here's the weird thing, right?
Yeah.
Pokemon is Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a kind of game that should come out on like Xbox and PlayStation as well.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like maybe the Pokemon company is trying to break away from Nintendo. Maybe I don't know.
No.
At this point, they can make money by themselves.
They could. They definitely could. But I think that's mad disrespectful.
That's why I don't think they do it. That's why, because that's the thing. That's a Japanese company. But if you look at it, if it was an American company, it would have fucking broke apart like years ago.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, they'd be independent by now. But,
yeah.
And
then Nintendo would close down. Like,
game. Well, because Nintendo, I mean, Pokemon is a huge factor in Nintendo's money making.
Yeah, exactly.
It's this. Let's not lie about this. But no, I would make an exception, Nintendo, for like this one game. All right, fine, this one game can come out on Xbox and PlayStation, but after that, straight back to Nintendo with you guys, because we need you, Game Freak.
Well, the funny thing is, I like the images where I see Lucario and like Machamp like fighting each other. Machamp fighting each other. And it's funny because Machamp just looks like Goro fighting, but in a different style. Like it's weird, but I'd play it. I'd try it out.
I said I would give it a try. I don't know if I would, as much of a Pokemon fan as I am, I don't know if I would invest in the game.
Dude, you'd buy it. Dude, you'd buy it. Come on, you know you'd buy it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, let's. I wasn't the biggest Tekken. I'm not the biggest Tekken fan.
Dude,
though.
I've seen you play Tekken and kick some ass before, man.
Well, all right, let's be real. When I play like Mortal Kombat, I know what my combos are. I know what I'm doing in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
When I play Tekken, I just kind of button mash and hope I'm doing something right. Yeah. I'm not a good Tekken player. I never claimed to be. So I just kind of, maybe I would learn to play if it were Pokken if it came out.
Yeah, dude, why don't you be like America. The nicest like Tekken player ever?
I'll be like the best. Like, I can't play Tekken for squat, but I'm a great Pokken player. Like, okay, cool, whatever.
Right, so Pokken for EVO 2015. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's get the arcades here in America.
Yeah, right. Just get the arcades. Go.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they do it. That's how they did it back in the days with the older ones. And even with like Street Fighter 2, like they had some
that would be so amazing. Just have like the two guys standing up next to each other playing.
Yeah. Like
old school. Oh my God. Yo, do it. Make it happen, EVO.
EVO 2015 Pokken. Let's make it happen. Well, speaking of Nintendo, there's about very little Nintendo news that we wanted to bring up besides just the individual games that we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who created basically everything Nintendo's making their money off of, he's basically looking to shift away from passive gamers, or kind of commonly referred to as casual gamers. Like, here's some quotes because he did an interview with Edge Magazine. Like, I think Edge Magazine, that particular issue is out right now. And he said, let me just read you these quotes. The sort of people who, for example, might want to watch a movie, like these people are, they might want to go to Disneyland. Their attitude is, okay, I'm the customer. You're supposed to entertain me. It's kind of a passive attitude they're taking. And to me, it's kind of a pathetic thing. They do not know how interesting it is if you move one step further and try to challenge yourself with more advanced games. In the days of the DS and the Wii, Nintendo tried its best to expand the gaming population. Fortunately, because of the spread of smart devices, people take games for granted now. It's good for us because we do not have to worry about making games something that are relevant to people's general daily lives. So, I mean, they're not going to move away from their quality of life, but they're basically saying, like, they're admitting to what they're doing, because people have been calling Nintendo casual for such a long time, with Wii Sports and aiming their Wii for old people and young kids and forgetting about these so-called hardcore gamers, to where now it's just like, you know what, we're going to be making real games now, so shut up.
We're making real games now. Put your seatbelts on. Like, I'm, well, as a gamer, I would say I support this, but as a person who just, well, I can't really say I'm just a person who casually plays games, because I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't. It's bold move.
Well, I mean, basically Nintendo's going back to its roots, where basically they've made games that were hard and challenging and fun. I mean, Mario Galaxy was a great game for the Wii, but it was no Mario 64. Mario 64 was much better of a game because Mario 64 felt like a more of a freer game than Mario Galaxy, where it was like it kind of felt free. It's cool, the mechanics and the gravity and all that stuff, but it was very linear too at the same time.
Well, you're calling Mario Galaxy, which has been rated one of the best video games ever, a very basic game.
But it almost is, because think about where you're going in the game. You're not having a lot of freedom and having to go back in the game to find everything. Because remember, Mario 64, when you started a stage, you can get maybe the first couple of stars, and then it was like, oh yeah, wait, you can't get the star because you didn't unlock something that you have to unlock later. Yeah. Where Mario Galaxy was kind of like you can beat everything in one shot. But then once you beat the whole game, then you got to go back and beat those and get more stars. It's like, okay, that's fine. But I don't know. I mean, there was some challenge to the first one. The second one, there was really no challenge. I'm not going to lie, except for the final stage. And I don't like that either. I don't like that formula of, all right, you beat the whole game. Here's the hardest stage ever. It's like, why don't you just make the last couple of stages kind of hard? I don't.
Why don't you just make the game hard?
Exactly.
Why don't you challenge me from the get-go?
Exactly. But maybe with this new turn, this games will their games will be more challenging again. That's the thing. A lot of their Mario games anyway. But it's not like Zelda wasn't challenging at all. I mean, some of them can be easy. Some of them can be just freaking hard as hell. But the last one was kind of easy, but it was more fun than anything. But I don't know if there was a nostalgia with the Link Between Worlds, but that game was still pretty good overall. But
I didn't play it, so I can't give input on that. But
yeah, but definitely, I mean, Mario Kart 8, if you want to look at that, more of a casual type of game, but it still can be competitive in some way. But you can tell they were really trying to get everybody involved with it, because you can't be better than everybody just like Mario Kart Wii. You can't. It's very hard to just be in first all the time like you used to back in the days. But it's not there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, everybody's gonna have fun, but you at some point you gotta have some skill and more skill than normal. I don't know. That's the way I'm feeling about that.
Yeah. No, I just but when it comes to Mario Kart, it's a great party game.
Yeah.
But there are people who want to do it super serial.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I'm gonna.
You just have a good balance of it.
Yeah, and that's true too. But I mean, hey, they call Smash Bros a party game, and look at
again, that's another one too, where it's a great party game, but you also have to have. There are people who want to play this game seriously, so you have to have a nice balance of both.
So that's the thing too. Is Nintendo now going to stop that balance and say, nope, now everything's going to be competitive, or is it they're just gonna make better and maybe more difficult, challenging, fun games? You see what I'm saying?
This is going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting future of Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Nintendo and an interesting future, Amazon Japan is opening the Nintendo digital store for the Wii U and the 3DS, which is very, 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 very interesting because Amazon doesn't really work at Nintendo. How do I know that? I try to buy a console from Amazon, from Nintendo. It's not first hand ever. It's always from somebody else. They don't ever sell any of their stuff. Why? I don't know. There may have been some sort of beef back then or something happened. I don't know. But I know Nintendo consoles are not on Amazon directly from Amazon. And I believe some of their games aren't either. I think some are, but whatever. But now that they have a deal in Japan to have exclusive rights so you can buy the games right from Amazon at a cheaper price from from their eShop, by the way, which is kind of funny. Kind of leads the way to, maybe they're working on the relationship now. Maybe this will come to America, and not only will you can buy their consoles directly from Amazon now we could also do how Amazon does it with the PlayStation Store, or excuse me, with the PSN, where you can just buy the games right there in Amazon and then get the download code to download it when you get it.
Huh.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I think that would boost some sales maybe. If basically working with Amazon, while they take a little bit of a hit on money because you're getting a game for cheaper, but you're gonna be selling more games.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna be selling more. If this came to America, I would definitely get on that, especially if you're gonna get a game that, because Nintendo's kind of they don't put a lot of sales on their video games on the eShop at all. There's some sales, and even the sales are thank you.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, but like when I go on like PSN or if I go on like Steam, well, I mean, Steam
is a different.
That's a different level. But if I go on a PSN, they have a lot of games that are on sale all the time. Where I'm like, holy crap, they're selling this game for how much? But then it really comes to a factor of do you actually own the game and stuff? And this is why I'm kind of against the digital kind of download type of game. But I don't know, But this is a right step in the direction. But I think I would go for it. Why not? I mean, I have a lot of games on my 3DS on the SD card itself.
Yeah.
And I would like to get more, of course, and then also have some game cards. So when the eShop is maybe non-existent for the 3DS anymore, I can still be able to, play the game, and I don't have to worry about if I lose it. I don't have to re-download or anything. If I lose some games, then fine, whatever. But I can still have the carts and play the games that I paid for and have the cart for in the future.
Yeah, no, I'm an advocate of having an actual physical copy of the game.
Yeah.
So that's just how I prefer. You may disagree with me, not you.
I don't know, but the fans.
Like, someone listening, you may disagree with me and say, "Oh, well, I'd rather have a digital copy." Good for you. I like to have my hard copy on me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like that because, I guess it's because of the old school gamer in me, because I can still play an NES game. I could still play an Atari game if I had an Atari, but I could still play an SNES game, like, because I don't have to worry about like the store going out and then I can't access the games anymore, that type of thing. Yeah. I can just, and even if my game broke, guess what? I can go to a store, I can go online, somebody else has it and they're selling it, so I could buy it.
Yeah, I prefer physical copy. That's just my own personal opinion.
That's my opinion too. I'm with it. I would rather do that than have to worry about like, oh no, I lost my game forever now. Now I have to get it bootlegged or something.
Yeah. Also, not only that, it saves space. If you don't have a 5 billion gigabyte SD card, you can't download 500 games onto it.
Yeah.
My SD card is I'm using like a 4 gig or something, so I can't afford to just throw on games on there.
Yeah, I mean, I had to buy a 32 gig. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna get a game or 2 or 5. Like, I don't know. I mean,
a game or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a 4 gig or something like that, so I have way less space. Can't be messing around with it.
Well, dude, I'm actually considering buying a hard drive for my Wii U because I didn't think I would download a lot of games that I thought I was in a Wii U, and then I did, especially for the new DLC coming out for Mario Kart 8.
Oh, love that! Look at that transition, guys.
Yeah. Now,
not much of a transition. We pointed out.
Yeah. Yeah, we're such tools sometimes. But anyway, yeah, the DLC for Mario Kart 8 is amazing. It really is. Like, I was completely, because here's the thing. August 27th was the day that we were supposed to get the new update, the Mercedes-Benz carts and car or whatever, and that was it. That was all we were supposed to get. We're just like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll enjoy it. It is what it is. Well, I'll try it out. And I couldn't wait for it because I just wanted to see and have fun with it. Because I really couldn't get why people were just like had their panties in a bunch. Like, oh man, like this is awful. Like the where's their Mercedes in Mario Kart? This ruins the fantasy. And I went on Twitter and I went on the Miiverse. And I just went in on a lot of stupid things. Like I was just like, wow, look at his Mercedes. Like it can handle being
flooded.
Yeah, it could just handle being underwater. Like look at this. Or oh man, look at this realistic experience from the Mercedes. I'm on a wall on anti-gravity wheels with a dinosaur driving a Mercedes. Like this is so ruining the fantasy of Mario Kart.
Yeah, right.
But not only did we get that, late Tuesday, the 26th, Nintendo just randomly announced, oh, guess what? There's gonna be new characters in DLC. That's it. Like, wait, hold on. What? Hold on.
Back it up.
Back it up there. What the hell are you talking about? Well, first thing you see is an image of Link driving a fucking cart. Like that just blows my mind.
Which, if you haven't seen the picture, imagine imagine me, a 24-year-old male on like your little like 5-year-old cousin's tricycle, like your knees and your face and stuff. It's insane. Like, why are you doing this, Link?
Well, I mean, like, dude, it looks like a human on a go-kart. Like that's what he looks like to me. I mean, granted, he's on a bike too, which I mean, Link on a bike. Like I don't know,
that's kind of badass.
No, it's so strange, but it's cool. Now, they released it all at the same time, and you can pre-order the DLC, which it's crazy because Nintendo. I mean, in DLC, people got really hyped for it, and to a point where I'd never seen such positive feedback for DLC. Because this is what they're doing. They're going to have 2 different packages for DLC. One that's going to be released in November. The other one's going to be released in May of 2015. But both packages are different prices, $8 each. But if you buy both packages, it's $12. And it's like, well, why the hell would I
save $4, man?
Exactly. Now, you're probably thinking, if you didn't hear by now, what's in the package? Well, 3 characters, brand new characters are in each package. 4 vehicles are in each package, and 2 cups are in it. So not only you're getting 2 cups, 4 tracks each. So you're getting 16 new tracks. You're getting 8 new vehicles, and you're getting 6 new characters for $12.
That's a lot. That's worth the value, man.
That's a lot. That is really, really a lot. Well, now, the characters I don't really like much, except for Link. Like, I think Link is like super...
Link is funny.
Link is hype.
They are adding the villager.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Let me go into the packages first. Which,
okay. Well, excuse me. I'm the guy who likes just rushing information here.
Well, here's the thing. The first pack is gonna have Tanuki Mario, which I think I have to play it out of principle because it's just like that's Tanuki Mario. That's like my favorite version of Mario ever in life. Like I don't care what anybody says.
It's one with the ears, right? That's like
the
raccoon.
The raccoon. Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah, and then there's Cat Peach, which is just like, dude, really? Do we need another Peach clone and a Mario clone?
Oh, you've already got gold, pink, gold, fucking stupid thing.
Yeah, and then Link, which I've joked, and I'm gonna make it here where Link's got to be the worst character because he doesn't know how to drive. I mean, think about it. When has he driven anything? Like he's on Epona. That's what he's driven in life. Like he never drove a car. How can he drive this?
Which I'm gonna steal your joke, and also that he doesn't talk.
Oh yes,
he doesn't talk. He doesn't. He's gonna. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's gonna scream everything. Like that's the thing. I would main Link all the time just to hear his screams, like like the drifts, and then him getting hit by items, like ah.
Have you played it yet? Have you played Link yet? Or no?
Well, no, because here's the thing. It's not gonna be released till November 2014, but you can reserve it. Because Link, I'm super hyped to play Link. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'd rather play him over the other ones.
Like they put his portrait in, but they didn't actually like he's not playable yet.
Not yet. No.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah, but now the vehicles, there has to be an Epona cart. Like, there's no way there cannot be an Epona cart. I mean, they already have, like, a horse and carriage type of cart, but they have to have an Epona cart. Like, there's no reason you can't.
Make Epona a bike.
Oh, yes, like the Yoshi bike. You're absolutely right on that, dude. You're the man. You figured that one out.
Epona bike.
Epona bike. Now, yeah, the Tanuki Mario Cat Peach Link, 4 vehicles, 8 courses. Now, each cup is going to be a Triforce cup, which is, it's, like, kind of funny. And, which is kind of cool because I guess there's gonna be Zelda related Mario Kart stages, which is kind of cool.
Sweet.
And also a F-Zero course from what I see, which is kind of like really just a tease for everybody that that really wants F-Zero back in life. And then that's in the first pack, I believe. The second pack, like you talked about, Villager, Isabelle, and Dry Bowser, which Dry Bowser makes his return from Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah.
And of course, the same old thing, 4 vehicles, 8 courses. And that's going to also give you like a Yoshi cup, which that cup was found in the deleted part of the game when Chatters and Mr. Bean hacked into the game and found like DD stuff.
They were investigating.
Yeah, and they found 4 cups that were deleted, and they said probably is going to be brought up in downloadable content.
Well,
so
there's
one, and there's 3 more. I wonder how much downloadable content's still going to come to Mario Kart.
Oh wow, they might have a lot.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, and that's only 1 out of the 4, new things. I mean, if there's more space for the game for that, I mean, hell, I mean, you can go on forever adding cups to this game. But there are some reactions where people are just like, well, at this point, maybe this is the last Mario Kart game, and maybe it's going to be
they're going to keep it running forever.
Not only that, but then like the next game's going to be like Nintendo, kart, at this point.
Like All-Stars.
Yeah,
like
because
Nintendo.
Yeah,
like
because at this point
Super Smash Kart 8.
Yeah,
Super Smash Kart 9, whatever.
Yeah, because at this point it's not Mario Kart anymore.
Well, you added 3 characters out from outside world.
Yeah, unless you're still going to keep Mario Kart but then have like, whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I do like the new characters. I think it's really interesting that they're doing this, and for a great price. Like, why the hell not? Not only that, there was also the updates, which, before that, if you downloaded the pack, the $12 pack, which, had both packs, you get alternate skins for Yoshi and Shy Guy, which is really cool.
That's the coolest part of all this, honestly.
Yeah, I get multicolored Yoshis. I was Black Yoshi the whole time. I don't know why. I was just like, I'm going to be Black Yoshi.
That was my favorite one from Yoshi's Story.
Nice. Now, well, here's the thing too with the update. Like the Mercedes-Benz was interesting, like I talked about, and it's funny because just like I freaking knew it that they're just clone carts, and like it's like, okay, what carts are they? Well, basically, one Mercedes, the W25 Silver Arrow is basically the same thing like an outside drifting bike, like the standard bike, or the pipe frame, so it's about that same thing. The Mercedes wheel itself is basically a standard wheel, so there's no real change there.
But the rims, though.
The rims, that's why it's really cool. The rims,
though.
The GLA is basically the same thing as a as like the Tri-Speeder or the Badwagon, that type of that type of like vehicle. And then the 300 SR Roadster is basically the same thing as a basic cart. The basically the Prancer, which is the horse freaking cart or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't really much improvements because at that point, if you're gonna add the DLC, I mean, kind of give us a little bit more power or something like that. I mean, they're paying for this.
It's horsepower, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now it
makes the Mercedes impressive.
Yeah, exactly. But now the thing is too, I mean, I guess maybe they don't want to be broken. And
I was going to say they didn't want them to be overpowered.
Yeah, because then everybody's going to use Mercedes and, but now it kind of gets me concerned about the future of DLC, because what about those carts and everything that's going to be coming in the new DLC? Are they even going to be that great? Are they going to be,
Well, I mean, one of them is supposed to be based off of the F-Zero car, Big Blue.
Yeah, which is, I mean, the Blue Falcon,
yeah.
Which was in Mario Kart Wii, which was a really fast kart for, the mini characters. I mean, now all the karts can be played by everybody, but...
So, I mean, if anything's coming out of F-Zero, I expect it to be fast.
You would hope so, but if you have the clone karts in now, I mean, who's to say that these characters are not going to be also in the same weight categories and kind of be boring in some way, and then the karts being... not overpowered or anything, to just be the same as another cart. And and what's really are you paying just for a skin then? And if it is, I mean, that's not too bad.
I mean, it's still cool.
I mean, yeah, I'm freaking Link on a bike.
Yeah, you're Link, man.
Come on now. The other thing about the update, the freaking map is on the screen. I'm happy about that in my life. I'm very, very glad that that's happening. And of course, it's so weird because when you start up the game menu, when you update the game, there's a shop option, so you could actually shop within the game. It's so strange to see that in a Nintendo game, in today's world. Like, I would have never expected to see that. And finally, one of the things that they updated was they actually lifted the max points you can get in Mario Kart 8. So before it used to be 9999, which if I didn't have a life, I would have actually reached that at this point. In all honesty, I'm not even I'm pretty good at this game. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I only have like 5,000 something. But that's because I only play it like once an hour, like every other day, like if that, and that's if I play online at that point.
Yeah.
But now they've done it like Mario Kart 7, where it's the limit's no longer 9999. I think it's 99,000 that you can reach the max of now.
Huh. Okay.
And that's about it for the updates.
Yeah, instead of 9,000, it's 99,000. You're getting an extra 90,000 out of this.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Like, all this downloadable content, it's kind of cool because now you got to think about the future of Smash. And when we talked about that, we talked about the like all the characters not being released until it's out in Japan and all over the world, because Japan's getting it first.
Yeah.
But I don't know if a lot of that's going to be happening or what's DLC or not because of all the leaks. And yeah, that's really what our Smash Bros. Talk is going to be about.
So basically, this whole segment is going to be me eating my words because last week's episode, if you remember, I was, I guess, in disbelief of all these leaks that came out. The whole
Duck Hunt dog hype.
Stop it. I basically was sitting here like disproving everything, like, oh, well, they changed certain colors on people, and this looks fake, and that looks fake, and there's no way that they had names on them. Like, maybe later in development they realized they couldn't put names on it because there were too many characters. I don't know
exactly.
But there was video. Let's just say there was video.
Yeah, the images came out first.
The images, like, I was in disbelief of the image. I was like, you can Photoshop anything, whatever, I don't care. But they were his videos, and that's a little bit more tricky to fake.
Yeah. Now, people will try to say, oh, it's a Project M mod and all that other stuff, but you really have to put a lot of effort to not only do a Project M mod, to then do a Project M mod that looks like it has two screens, and then not only to do that, to then have it playing on a screen and then recording it on your phone to make it a leak.
Yeah, like, all right, I could say, the basically the only one of these characters.
All right, so let's
there was 3 characters that showed up in these videos.
Well, hold on, let's talk about the leaks first in order. Yeah, exactly. So,
because everyone knows about the original leaks because we talked about it last show. But and there was videos this time around that had Ganondorf, Shulk, and Bowser Jr. in it.
Yeah, which animated.
Right. They were videos. Like this is
we have to emphasize that because it's
indisputable
video.
proof. Maybe you could say, oh, it's a Project M mod. Ganondorf looks just like himself. Shulk looks like a skin on Ike or something. And then they're like, okay, what about Bowser Jr.? He's a completely different kit. He's in a cart. He's throwing missiles out. I'm like, this is too legit to quit, man.
Yeah, like that really, the Bowser Jr.'s moveset was actually really interesting to see.
All right, so basically I'm in the boat with Bowser Jr., Ganondorf, and Shulk. Yeah. Because afterwards, there was also a video of Shulk.
He was in battle. There was one video where But
I'm not even talking about the battle video. I'm talking about the video where the game ended.
The actual victory screen.
Yeah, like
the result screen.
Bowser Jr. and Ganondorf lost, and they're on the losing screen. And Shulk and I think it was like Lucina or Marth or one of the other characters, they won. And so it's like red team victory, and like Shulk is sitting there like clapping or just
he puts his sheath in his sword. He put his sword in his sheath.
So
and
I'm just like, all right, well. This is kind of solid. I can't dispute this anymore. Duck Hunt, however, is still fake.
Duck Hunt
Screw
dog.
That.
Duck Hunt dog. That's gonna be my main. I'm saying it right now. That's my main right there.
Duck Hunt is still fake. I refuse to believe this.
Well, not only that, like the video showed that, but I wanted to talk about the video of Bowser Jr. a little bit because there was one video because there were short clips. So one video showed like Bowser Jr. shooting missiles, jumping, punching, and then getting beat up. And then there was one where Bowser Jr. got smashed out and had the screen sticky, just a screen stuck animation, which you can't really fake that. Like I don't know, you can't really do that. Now, the leaks have some sort of validity because we kind of ignored this story. Not gonna lie to you. Now there was a story, there was a post, and I forgot where the hell it was that showed back in July that that this person knew what it was, that these characters are going to be leaked, and he talked about like Dixie Kong, he talked about Duck Hunt Dog, he talked about all that back in July. And now with this coming out, with the video, it's kind of like, whoa, like this person is kind of legit now at this point.
Well, there was also a part where I think it's the same guy too, where he came out with two skins for characters, I don't know, a light blue and red Mario skin and like some kind of Bowser skin or whatever, which had never been seen before. Like these were not Brawl skins, they were not Melee skins, they were brand new skins. And people were like, oh, those are crazy, those are really cool. And he's like, these are actual skins that are gonna happen. And then at the I think it was I'm not sure it was E3 or whatever, but these skins were shown off. And so people were like, whoa, hey, we saw these skins a few months ago when that guy leaked them. Yep. Maybe this guy is legitimately on the inside here.
Well, here's the thing too. The downloadable content is still up in the air because the guy who did the last leaks, not with the video but the latest pictures that came out, had come out and said, okay, like I said, DLC, ice climbers, whatever, but I actually made that up so that if there were any copycats that I knew I was the source for it and I could be credited for it. So that's already disproven. So that's already out the window. That's gone.
Yeah, no, Lucas, Ice Climbers, and Snake, and
they're most likely
Wolf. Gone. We'll see you guys another day.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully today. DLC. I mean, hopefully. I mean, look at the DLC from Mario Kart. Like, come on now.
It's one of those things that like, all right, cut Lucas. I mean, I'm upset about it because I like Lucas, and I posted a picture on Twitter last night of this comic someone drew.
Yes,
and I was
gonna send you that too.
I cried like man tears at this comic. It's basically Ness like packing his bags. Like, I packed yours too, Lucas. You coming along? He said Ness starts crying and be like, "Who are you talking to, Ness?"
Who are you talking to, Ness?
And he's like, "Oh." It's really sad. Like, I'm crying right now thinking about it. But no, like, so see you later, Lucas. I guess that's where that's going.
Yeah.
But Ice Climbers were unique. I think I thought Wolf was pretty unique for a space animal. Mm-hmm. Snake was unique. So you're cutting out 3 unique characters. And then in a way, Lucas was a little unique because he didn't copy Ness exactly. I thought so. You're cutting out 4 pretty unique characters here for some copycats because they're putting Dr. Mario and Dark Pit in the game, which they said are pretty much copycats.
Now, yeah. So The videos, I mean, what like you could probably just say, like, if you don't know the story yet, I mean, you could say, oh, the videos, whatever, and I could find them anywhere. Like, they're not like they're taken down or anything.
They were.
Yes,
they were taken down
by
immediately. Nintendo America made sure YouTube took them down. So is that not, actions speaking louder than words? Because Nintendo had nothing to say about any of this. Nintendo was like...
Yeah, they refused to comment on today. Nah. They just did not... They had no response. They didn't say anything.
If Nintendo's scrambling to make sure... Because they were taken down within hours.
Yeah, within.
So if that's not action speaking louder than words, I don't know what is.
I remember I was at work, and I saw this video, and I couldn't watch it because I have horrible signal at my job. And I was like, Steve... Watch these videos. Tell me if they're real or fake. I can't watch them right now.
And I told him, I was like, I can't refute this any longer. This is too real.
And then by the time I wanted to watch them when I got out of work, it was like, oh, videos are gone. I was like, what do you mean the videos are gone? I mean, I ended up finding a mirror.
Yeah,
anyway.
you can find there's someone saved them and mirrored them.
Yeah,
so
of course. I mean, come on, you can't not.
It's
save
the
those
interwebs,
videos.
guys. It's the interwebs. Let's be real.
Exactly. Now. Oh, man. I mean, the videos look legit. I mean, that still makes me hype about the Duck Hunt dog. I don't care.
I refuse. Until the day I turn on my game and there's a freaking dog with a duck, I refuse to believe that this is real.
Yeah. Now, I mean, there was more things on 4chan. This guy tried to claim, like all these move sets and everything else. Like, people kind of believe him. Some people don't. It's just weird at this point because now there's just everything's coming out to a point where now, I mean, I feel like because of the leaks, the DLC for Mario Kart was announced because it was announced like last minute. Like they hyped the DLC for Mercedes for a month or so, for like a few months actually, ever since the game first came out, like a month later.
Yeah, like no one had heard any of this news about the Link character, or all these masks. There was none of this whatsoever, and out of nowhere they're like, oh yeah, here by the way, guys, there's this.
Yeah, and I feel like it was just a last minute thing in response to the Smash Bros thing. I don't know. I feel like it's some sort of weird coincidental thing that they're probably trying to try out. Okay, look, let's see how DLC works, and we'll probably figure it out for Smash Bros later.
Which I can tell you, if you give DLC for Smash Brothers, my goodness, are you going to be winning?
Oh yeah,
it's unbelievable. Like, especially if you put in like, if the game comes out and you find out there's no Lucas and there's no Ice Climbers and there's no Snake and there's like I figure Snake's out forever, like whatever.
Yeah.
No Wolf. If there's some of these characters that people like that didn't make the cut, you have every opportunity to DLC them in, and you'll fix you'll right your wrongs. So you can, and not only that, people will be paying for this, so you'll be making money off it. People will be happy. It's a win-win. How could you not?
Especially if Mewtwo King. Especially if Mewtwo's gonna be DLC. I mean, come on now, that's a lot.
That's another one of the rumors flying around.
Yeah, and that's and yeah, who knows if that's gonna be true? Everything's still up in the air. That's the thing.
Exactly. That's the whole fun about leaks. You don't know what's real and what's not.
Except that video looks to be a little bit more legit than anything else.
The video, but that's only 3 characters.
Well, I mean, but the video, if you're showing 3 characters, I mean, and you're having other characters as well. I mean, the Chorus Men was still rumored in that same rumor from July with the Duck Hunt dog and Bowser Jr. Dixie Kong could still be there as well.
Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley could be there as well. That's the
King K. Rool. Like, you never know what you're gonna get, but Duck Hunt dogs no. But
yeah. But now
I will be so upset. Why? What is this?
Now, the thing about this too is the fact that there's a rumor going around that the person was caught by Nintendo and fired by Nintendo because apparently he worked for Nintendo of America, and he's now been terminated, but he gets to keep his copy of Smash Bros. I don't see why. I think you just take that shit away from him because he could leak more after that.
You abused it.
Yeah, exactly. And now, I don't know if any of this is true. It's all rumor at this point. Nothing was ever confirmed or denied because Nintendo's not saying anything. So, I mean, we don't know if they were fired legit or whatnot, but it's the rumor that's been going around for a while that he's been caught, all this other stuff, and that's it. But now, a lot of people don't know if this is true or not anyway. Like I said, it's still a rumor, but I don't believe it to be true because, I mean, even if it was, I mean, it could have came from Nintendo because maybe the person who was doing it had to use the name ESRB because they were sending it to the ESRB. So this person might have been in charge of the video, recorded it from like whatever TV screen it was, because obviously it was recorded off a capture card and then edited so where you can like someone can view it so you're seeing the 2 screens, and person recorded it on their phone or whatever the case may be. But whether he was caught or fired, I don't know. I mean, you could probably easily identify them because of the ESRB like number. So obviously, who else is working on that number?
Rest in peace, guy.
Yeah, no. Good luck with that job future, man. If you really did get fired. So as far as all that, I mean, then like other like announcements, like there's a lot more announcement on the Miiverse now, where it's just like now they're talking about a lot of modes, a lot of this, a lot of that. Now basically a lot of things are coming out except for characters, and that's the other thing too. And like now, a lot of other things are because now at this point it's coming out. It's coming out in like 2 weeks. At this point, there's like
in Japan anyway.
And people are already setting up their streams. Like I remember watching someone on stream where they were just like, "Yeah, I'm setting up my 3DS capture card so we can just subscribe now because we're gonna be playing Smash."
Yeah,
like, there's no denying that. Unless Nintendo's gonna start shutting down people are already setting themselves up to stream Smash. There's no doubt about that. Now, are you gonna be watching? I mean,
yes, yeah, of course I am. You kidding me?
And you don't care about the spoilers. You don't care about.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, now at this point you don't care. Now you actually want to see.
Apparently now the game's been spoiled for me anyway.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, besides the other things that was posted on the Miiverse, like the game modes and such, music's been finally released, which is what I'm a big fan of. The real big attraction for me with Brawl was the soundtrack. Like that was an amazing soundtrack.
It did have a really nice soundtrack.
And this soundtrack looks to be just as hype. They're already releasing songs on the official Smash Bros. Website, so you can listen to like a lot of the songs on the from the game. And not only this, the Sakurai wants you to listen to the music that much in the game on the 3DS that you can have the game in sleep mode and play the music.
Yeah, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, hell, why not? Why not work out to listening to like the main Smash Bros. Theme or whatever? Like that'd be awesome.
They should have some of Brawl's music in there too.
Well, of course, there's gonna be Brawl music.
Yeah, like the orchestra music and stuff. Those are pretty cool.
Hell yeah!
But also, there's a feature I liked that was released on the Miiverse,
which was
the spectator mode, where you can watch people play and you can like bet your coins on who's gonna win. But like it'll give you statistics and like odds and stuff so it'll be like horse betting, I guess.
Yeah, well, they did the spectator mode in the Smash Bros. Brawl, which was different. You bet coins, whatever. You don't know who these people are. You just knew, all right, these characters are playing, bet on them, whatever. But just the fact that now they're identified by their Miis, and not only that, now you get now with the statistics, that's just crazy. Who had a better win-loss record? Who knows? That's insane.
Exactly, and then it'll give you I think it gives you like character statistics too, like how well a person does on the character. So he might have a win-loss record of like 100-0, but 100 games as Fox. Yeah, he's playing like Jigglypuff. And you're like, oh, he's never played Jigglypuff before. Like, or he's like 0-2 on Jigglypuff. Like, huh, interesting. Yeah. So I think that'd be really cool. And I'm a big fan of like watching. Like I love playing too. Yeah. But I also love watching because there's so much hype in watching. So I would love to just to watch. I love this feature. I think it's great.
Now, speaking of, like one last thing about Smash Bros. We do have to talk about Smash the Record. I haven't talked about it before.
Right, we keep forgetting to talk about this.
Yeah, but this guy, Gatsu, wanted to break the record for the longest time playing a fighting game. Previously, it was held for 48 hours on the Street Fighter game, I think, or something like that. But now he broke the record for playing Smash Bros. Melee fighting game for 72 hours.
That's crazy. It's 3 days.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't want to do math, that's 3 days.
Yeah. But that stream was fun, though. I watched some of the stream. The highlights of that stream was basically Mango getting like 40 stocked.
Except that he wasn't really trying, and he was supposedly drunk or something.
No, that dude was drunk. I saw that video. He was. I saw it live. I was there. It was happening. I saw like Mango just looked gone.
But people have said that on his own stream, he's been drunk and he still like beat the crap out of people. Like they're like, oh, there's no reason for him to be playing this.
But it is Mewtwo.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's Mango.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's Mewtwo King too.
But it's Mango.
But here's the thing: it is a marathon, so you do have to pick different. You have to play as every character. That's why it's the stock count is like whatever 50 something because you got to lose 2 stocks as like each character and whatnot. So, one player's going one way, one player's going the other on the character select screen. Mango tried to win a lot on Fox, obviously, and he couldn't do it. But Mewtwo King was really nice with Mario. His Mario was like OP. Like you couldn't touch him on Mario.
Yeah.
Now, I think the first game Mango was drunk, and a lot of people were upset because people are like, I'm trying to donate money and this, that, and to charity, and Mango's just being a dick and all this other stuff. But really, I mean, I'm not speaking for the dude in all honesty, but I feel like if you're not playing for money, what does it really matter? I mean, you want to showcase, but at this point, it's just you're playing with friends at this point.
Exactly. So Mewtwo King had the right attitude towards it. I'm here for a good cause. I'm here for watching this guy break the record. I'm here for streaming for charity. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to play the game. I'm here to win.
Yeah.
So Mewtwo King was there to win.
Yeah. And then
I don't care if it's for fun, or I don't care if I'm facing you or I'm facing him, or I don't care who I'm facing. I'm playing to win.
Now, it got to a point where people were so outraged because it was like, oh, that was the most hype part, and it got, that like it was just shitty because, Mango and all this other stuff, to where they were gonna rematch. And but before that happened, Mango did on Sunday play a bunch of bad players, supposed bad Smash players, and then the main event happened where he and Mewtwo King actually was for reals this time playing the marathon, and he still lost.
Yeah,
but he was.
But 20, it wasn't 42 stock. It was
like 20 something.
Stock.
Yeah.
But still, like, I don't know. I still feel like he still wasn't trying all that hard.
Yeah, he wasn't. But I mean, the stream also went on and off on Gatsu, showing him playing, of course, playing and playing and playing just for hours. And not only that, I mean, the other highlight was the fact that there was a Darude Sandstorm Dance Fest, which is freaking amazing. If you have not seen the video, it is amazing. And they made Mewtwo King dance, and that was also amazing. It was just so dumb, and I loved it.
He clearly didn't want to.
Oh yes. And that, I think they did that because they broke 10,000. So they broke 10,000. They were definitely going to do the Daru dance party, and they did, and it was so freaking funny, man. But that's all you see in chat.
My goodness.
But at the end, they raised about $14,000 for charity, and 72 hours they broke the record. And let's see what happens after that. I guess I don't know. I don't know where to go with that.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's good for them. That's a great achievement.
Definitely. Now, moving on to another Nintendo game, Hyrule Warriors. It's been selling in Japan. 57% of its stock in Japan has already been sold. Nice. So that's a big chunk. Yes, and not only that, there's going to be an update with the new challenge mode coming September 1st. Of course, to the people who own it in Japan. There's some bug fixes as well and all that other stuff with version 1.2.0. So obviously, we're probably going to be getting that same version once it comes out here in America, and probably in the other countries as well.
Sweet.
And speaking of Zelda, Aonuma, the guy who's basically heading the Zelda games, creating and whatnot, talked about the open worldness of the new Zelda Wii U game. And he talked about how it's going to be different. This is what he said. Since we're talking about open world, let's state up front that we don't plan to have an open world in the same way other companies have been doing it in recent years. Boom. That's all he had to say. But I thought it was very notable because how different can you make it? I mean,
yeah, I was going to say, how is it going to be then?
Well, that's why they're going to make you buy the game, damn it.
No, well, I mean, by open world, is it going to be, like, I don't know, because I think Skyrim has an amazing open world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know.
I mean, it's Zelda. That's probably what it's saying. Like, you know what, you just say it. It's like, you know what, it's Zelda. You're going to buy it, whatever. We're going to make open world different. Good luck with that. We know you're going to like it.
I don't know. What to see.
Yeah. I'm with it though, no matter what. I mean, I'm always gonna be with Zelda, no matter what. And maybe this is leading up to be one of the better Zelda games that's come out in a while, better than Skyward Sword for sure.
Skyward Sword.
And more challenging than A Link Between Worlds, because I felt like that was a good game, not as challenging, but still a good game.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and especially the fact that now that they took after the Link Between Worlds, where you can do whatever dungeon, whatever order. Same thing with the new Wii U version. That should be even better, because now it's almost like the original Zelda. And if that's the case, I hope dungeons are really extremely hidden like the original Zelda, where you have to bomb random rocks and freaking burn random trees in order for you to find entrances in dungeons.
Hell yeah.
So now, one thing I did want to talk about with you, League of Legends news, that Azir is going to be the next champion, which I'm not a League of Legends player. What the hell does that mean again?
Well, basically it used to be every month Riot would release a new champion, but since there's like other stuff going on, they've been kind of time in between. Gnar came out, I guess, a month ago, and so Azir has now been announced. He's going to go along with, I guess, the Nasus and Renekton theme of, like, human-like animals that come out of the desert. He's the Emperor of the Sands, rather, so I guess he is, he looks like an eagle. He's, I don't know, he's like Nasus's boss or something. I don't know. I didn't read into it too much. Basically, he's gonna summon he's gonna summon like sand warriors.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna attack with them. So to me, I know this means nothing to you, but in my opinion, he sounds like a kind of like Yorick, but he also, I don't know. I don't find him interesting. He looks really cool.
Yeah, he does.
He looks really cool.
Looks pretty cool.
And I guess because he's coming out, they're giving one of my favorite characters, Kha'Zix.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving him a skin of the whole desert animal theme people, Guardian of the Sand, Kha'Zix or whatever. So, I mean, I'm still gonna use Mecha anyway. I don't care, but it's just yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a mid laner. I think they're making him a mid laner, but we'll see when he comes out, because people say that take him here and then they take him somewhere else. So we'll see how he works out.
Now, just a marathon of news now, because now we're just going to be scrolling down everything.
Speed round.
Assassin's Creed Unity delayed into November. That's
Good.
fun. They were supposed to be released in October, and they were like, nope.
It's only a month.
Yeah. I mean, that could be major.
It could be major, or it could just be a month.
Yeah, true. Speaking
Could be a week. I don't know.
We had DLC conversations and how great it was and how great potentially it was for Nintendo to finally do it and maybe doing it right. Here's what the pre-order bonus at one store had said for Assassin's Creed Unity. Pre-order and get a bonus mission and exclusive pants to increase your speed.
Yay.
DLC in 2014.
That's not DLC, that's pre-order.
Yeah.
That's going back to the whole we had this discussion.
Yeah, the pre-order
another time
crap.
where like, pre-order to win. No, it's dumb.
But there's going to be DLC for that. Like, why are you going to get a pre-order where it's going to just come out later, in all honesty?
Yeah.
Titanfall's new update's going to have a new mode called Pilot Skirmish, which you can have a shootout 8 versus 8 with no Titans and no AI bots. So there you go. That's
Titanless fall. That's all I gotta say to that. Titanless fall.
GOG, Good Old Gaming, they're known for selling non-DRM games, so you don't need Steam for everything, guys. They're going to be selling TV and movies not DRM free. So there you go. That's some interesting thing. They're going to be selling, of course, independent films and such. Where they're going to go in the future, who knows? But it's really interesting that they're actually going to be going to down that route.
Huh.
Capcom is suing Koi Tecmo for patent infringement. They're looking for $9.43 million US. They're suing for games like Samurai Warriors, Extreme Legends, and 49 other games, which I wish they knew, but nobody really has the proper source. But it's been cited in the lawsuit. Capcom is saying that it's led for many of the sales of these games have been, they want the games to be suspended, and they're saying that they're losing money every time a game like this sells.
I don't really. Okay. I mean, are they actually like copywriting?
Yeah, they want 5 to 10% in license fees for those games.
Okay. I don't really know where to go with this.
Yeah. Atari founder Nolan Bushnell, he was doing an AMA on Reddit, and he was talking about what really led to the downfall of Atari, or at least how he felt, which that to the great game crash of 1983. And he basically talked about how he does not like Hollywood studios, because he talked about how Atari was sold to Warner Communications in 1976 and left the company in 1979. He said Atari had an extraordinary corporate culture that was destroyed within 2 years of the sale. And I think that Atari would still be important today if the sale hadn't occurred. So interesting take on, there's so many different takes on Atari and what happened and what it could have done and what it couldn't have done, but it's just a lot at this point to really digest. But really, it's just a simple little that they really were like the leading company that then fell, and then Nintendo took over, and there you go.
Basically,
Nielsen says that 1/3 of PlayStation 4 owners had switched from either an Xbox 360 or a Wii. The survey was conducted by 1,200 active gamers in North America from ages 7 to 54.
7 to 50. That's quite a range.
Yeah. Let me see. Which they were asked which console they currently own at the time of the survey, but not what they owned in the past. That's something that kind of throws it off a little bit. So if anybody had sold a PlayStation or a Wii, they would have not listed in whatever. But they were asked that it was 1,200 active ones, and they said that PlayStation, like 1/3, basically said, hey. I used to have an Xbox and a 360. I mean, I still do, but I just want to get a PS4 now.
Yeah.
And that's it. So that's equating to a lot of PS4 sales for that. And also PAX Prime 2014 happening this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I wish I was going.
Dude, it's happening in Seattle this year. There's a lot of games that's going to be happening this weekend. Of course, Smash Bros. Is going to be there, but among other games, dude, like Killer Instinct, Hyrule Warriors, other games like that. Seems interesting. I mean, I'm not really into PAX so much. I just get the stories afterwards, in all honesty.
I definitely think PAX East is cool. I want to go to that eventually one day in my life, but we're not there yet.
And that's about it for Two Broke Gamers podcast. Hopefully that was a really good show for you guys.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Now, of course, you can follow us, our blog, which is, again, we say it every week, but it is going to be live and popping. It's the number 2 to a Broke Gamers podcast.wordpress.com.
You can check us out on Twitter as well. The Two Broke Gamers pod. That is the number 2, of course.
Yes, and then our individual ones, I'm at Terrick, where the is spelled incorrectly, TEH_Rick.
And I am Steve B. Agilism. It's AGILISM. Because it's a made-up word, and I've got to spell that for everybody.
Yeah. Now, hopefully you'll enjoy our second part next, where we cover out the relationship of gamers and developers. Especially what we talked about with leaks and such today, and all that. So, and especially how people feel about certain gamers and how dicks they can become to a point where they can be a real pest. And yeah, so we'll get into that. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you in the next segment.
Yeah.